Hi, I'm Patrick Blackdale, Travel Director here at Trident Fly Fishing, and today I'm going to show you how to tie a surgeon's knot. The surgeon's knot's an excellent knot for joining tippet to leader. The surgeon's knot's a very simple knot to tie, and it's absolutely one that you should know when you're getting started in trout fishing. Okay, so to start our surgeon's knot, we need to start with our leader, which in this case is going to be this orange section of backing, and our tippet, which is going to be the chartreuse section, just so it's easy for everyone to see. So to start out, we're going to overlap our tippet and our leader. I've got them overlapped about 6 to 8 inches, and the more the better here. You know, tippet's cheap, so it's a lot easier to tie if you have a nice long tag end on each side like that. Okay, so we overlap them, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a loop. So we're going to loop them together just like that, and we want to pinch that loop. Okay, then I'm going to take my 2 tag ends, the tag end of my leader and the tag end of my tippet, and I'm going to bring them around to the front of the loop, and I'm going to pinch right there so they're right down the middle of that loop. So once I have that pinched right there, I need to come in from behind the loop and grab those 2 tag ends, and we're going to pull them through the loop all the way through, just like that. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that process, pinching, pulling in front of the loop, and pulling our tag ends through. And we're going to do it one more time, so we've gone through 3 times in total. Pull it through. So now we have 3 times through that loop, and this is where you would lubricate the knot. So we could use saliva, or we could dunk this in the river, and we lubricate that knot so it's nice and strong. And then we're just simply going to hold all the tag ends, and we're going to pull apart. Just like that. Seat it down, nice and tight, and we'll come in and trim off the excess on either side. And that's our surgeon's knot. So the surgeon's knot's really known for its reliable strength and just how simple it is to tie. In fact, it's one of the easiest ones to tie on the water. All you need is your spool of tippet, your leader, and a pair of nippers. No tools needed. How strong is the surgeon's knot, you ask? Well, let's find out. We actually have a universal testing machine here at Trident, so we ran this knot through a couple of tests just to get an idea of its strength. Now, these tests aren't meant to be statistically accurate. They're just to kind of give you an idea of how it performs under tension. The surgeon's knot generally maintains about 70 to 80% of its dry tensile strength. So what that means for you is if your spool of tippet is labeled a 5-pound test, then you'll get about 70 to 80% of that with the surgeon's knot. So in that case, you'll get about 3 to 4 pounds of breaking strength with the knot. So that 70 to 80% is pretty good. Now, it's not the strongest knot out there. In fact, a blood knot, if it's perfectly tied, is actually going to be a little bit stronger. But the benefit of the surgeon's knot, as we know, is it's quick to tie. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, than a blood knot. So while you are sacrificing just a little bit of breaking strength, it's still totally adequate for your trout fishing. A couple of important things to think about when you're tying the surgeon's knot are the diameter of your tippet and your leader. So you want your diameters to be relatively similar. You don't want to make a huge jump in size. So for the surgeon's knot, I would say you want to stay within about 2 tippet sizes at most. So you could tie a 5X piece of tippet to your 3X leader and you'll be just fine. What you don't want to do is have a big jump in diameter sizes. So for instance, a 5X tippet to an OX leader would just be too much of a difference and you would lose a lot of strength in that knot. Keep them fairly similar and you'll be in good shape. The other important thing to think about is you want to lubricate the surgeon's knot before you seat it down. The reason for that is the friction caused by seating the knot down can actually weaken the material. So when you lubricate it, either using saliva or dunking it in the river, you get a lot stronger knot and it'll seat down a lot nicer. One of the downsides to the surgeon's knot is it's actually not the most streamlined knot. So a blood knot, for example, would be a little bit more streamlined. But as we've already talked about, the surgeon's knot's just so easy to tie on the water that a lot of times it's worth just the quickness and efficiency it is to tie. And it's okay if you have those little tag ends sticking out. As long as that tippet's out of your rod tip, there's no problem at all. So there you have it. That's the surgeon's knot. It's a quick and easy knot for attaching your tippet to your leader. I've trusted this knot for years, and I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe to this channel for more fly fishing tips and tutorials. If you need anything at all, you can give us a call at 888-413-5211 or shoot us an email at support@tridentflyfishing.com. Thanks, and we'll see you on the water.